Good morning, Ramon. Good morning, Teams team. I hope everyone's ready for some college basketball and NBA action today.
College basketball, NBA, the NHL All-Star games. Mindy, you don't have any picks for the Central Division will take on the Pacific Division, the Metropolitan Division will take on the Atlantic Division, and then the winners will meet. I don't know if you got any action on that, but
No, I don't.
waiting for hockey to come back, just trying to keep our hockey fans interested today.
Right.
Maybe they'll have some picks. I don't know. I've done the All-Star game in the past with this format, but they just don't make All-Star games like they used to.
Right.
And college All-Star, another college All-Star game that Tony's trying to get us to make picks on. I will say this: the last game the other night, I always say that these type of All-Star games, defense has a stronghold on these type of games. Well, the final score of the game here in Las Vegas the other night in the All-Star game was 12-3. So maybe that'll happen in today's game as well. 41 and a half. Yeah.
Goodness.
I think it was all field goals. So I want to say hello to everybody. We're here for another week of Morning Steam starting on Saturday, our Monday. But hey, Erica Taylor's here. She likes overs.
We
Ibrahim,
might have some overs. You never know.
We should have 50%. Oh, maybe not, though. I think we tend to go under a little bit with me here. But just say hello to everyone coming in. We'll get ready with the show here. But hello right away, too. First off, Ron was here waiting for us.
Right.
That's so good. Feels great. You guys are here waiting. We don't want to keep you waiting. It's usually me just trying to tie up loose ends to get the show started. Daniel's here today. Blakey's here today. Corday is here today. Erica's ready. We might need help after Thursday, but
I was like, she has my family nickname. My mom always called me Meanie, I guess, growing up. I mean, I don't remember, but this is what she tells me anyway.
Ibrahim is here. Zane Flores here today.
Sounds like we got some folks that like to win in this group. That's all I know. Whoa, consensus 10 plays. Whew.
Wow.
It's going to be tough today, Blake.
Yeah, we're going to preview, right. We're going to preview 9 games in the NBA, an evening card tonight, and also we'll look at 6 games in college basketball today, 6 good matchups. So thank you, Erica. Let's smash and like and maybe get started unless you got anything from let's go over to Tony'sPicks.com before I get fired and take a look at the website before we get started. Duh. Collins Brown had the big day over at Tony's Picks last night. He was 6-1. Great job, Collins. Let's bring up that leaderboard and take a look at who's on. Our newest handicapper, Joshua Pope. If Joshua retired now, he'd go down with the greatest winning percentage in Tony'sPicks.com history. Congratulations, Josh, on your first winner.
That's right.
And Daniel Wolosachuk also 2-1 yesterday. Last 7 days, it's Mindy Hahn, my partner here on the Morning Steam, 1,372 units of profit. Collins and Daniel also showing good profit over the last 7 days. For the last 30 days, it's Mindy Hahn, 2,200 units, and our Morning Steam team of myself and Mindy. So
right.
What do these two things have in common? Mindy, of course, 4,100 units over the last 30 days. If you tailed just Mindy and the Morning Steam team, that's what I do. And you'd already be up a pretty nice number there. So great job, Mindy. Let's keep it up with our crew and try to make up for a little bit of give back on last Thursday. But check it out over at Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout to get signed up. Click on the All Cappers tab. There you'll find all the handicappers over at Tony's Picks, including Josh right there on the top of the leaderboard. Mindy right there. She'll have packages today.
That's right.
Going on, yep. Big college basketball day, Mindy. I'm sure you're up all night looking at the college basketball card.
No, mostly early morning. So yeah, I put in 2 5-packs of college basketball here so far. Some early tip-off action, and then some 1 p.m. Central Time tip-off plays. So that's where I am in college basketball. As far as I made it so far. I have my plays I want to play. I just need to stick them into the system. But I do also have a 3-pack from the NBA today. So I was able to find some games that I like there.
And look at Mindy's college basketball over the last 30 days, up 1,700 units. So I'm already also in action today. It'll be in mixed martial arts. I have, I have both package in Bellator and in the UFC, as both promotions have cards tonight. So head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. Pick up my 3-pack in either the Bellator 290. This is broadcast on CBS. And
I haven't heard of the Bellator 290 before until you guys were talking about it yesterday. So I'm broadening my horizons in the ultimate fighting.
Yeah, Bellator been around quite a long time, and that's I would say second-tier promotion to the UFC. Today, their card is much, much bigger than the actual UFC card. This UFC card was originally scheduled to be in South Korea and was relocated back to Las Vegas. May have been some restrictions, some health situations there. You'll see on the card tonight, a lot of fighters from that region are on tonight's card because of the change of venue. They still have the same fighters going. So lots of mixed martial arts. I'll also be involved in college basketball and NBA today as we get ready to talk about the games. And welcome in everybody still filing in. We'll get ready to go. Yep. Adam says, let's not talk Siena basketball.
That's why I said we probably wouldn't have, but then you bring it up, right? So then I always feel like we have no choice.
Mindy on a roll. Not going to the Pro Bowl. Blake, there's too much college basketball and other stuff going on to go out to that game, So anybody, in case anybody, is going to play the all-star game, the 7 on the flag football is what it flag football. So probably be what football will be one day when they take off the pads after everybody.
Like it already.
Yeah. All right, let's get ready. Let's go. We got a couple dozen in here. I think we can get going with the free picks rapid fire.
Complimentary selections from Ramon and Mindy.
Start with the NBA, big card in the NBA, and then we'll go to college basketball. All right.
Well, I think I'm ready to go. I don't know about you. I tell you.
Okay. If everyone's in and ready, let's get it. All right. All right, Mindy. Kyrie Irving wants to be traded. The Washington Wizards are surprisingly one of the best teams in the league since January 1st. We have the Nets here favored in this one by 2.5 and the total 229.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on internally there with the Nets. There's been a lot of, mixed information coming in and out of that place there. But I think it should be a close game. Wizards have the advantage pretty much here on the boards, ranked 9th in rebounds compared to those Nets that are currently 29th. Wizards 3-1 against the spread versus the Nets on the road. And 6-1 against the spread the last 7 games. I'm going to try the Wizards here today, Ramon. Like you said, they've been playing well. I think they can get it done here, plus 2.5.
Yeah, you're like kind of wondering where are my points? I want more points. I'm supposed to be, looking sharp here. I want to take the Wizards. Give me those points. But the Nets are not playing as well right now. They obviously something's going on with one of their stars. He wants to be traded. So uh, good luck with that. I mean,
Good luck with that.
what you're looking for in life. I mean, I don't know, these flat earthers, they got other things going on that they can't figure out. So, yeah, Wizards did, fizzle out yesterday in that game. I want to look at Friday's action. Certainly, the Trailblazers, that one ended up going way over, but Trailblazers ended up getting it done. So, but I'm going to be here with Mindy. I want to take the Wizards in this one against the Nets until we figure out are the Nets going to be broken from this point forward? I mean, I don't know what you want in life, right? You just want to be on a good team with some decent players and give yourself a chance to win an NBA title. Can you really be that miserable in life?
Right. Making mills. Yeah.
So I'm going to be on Washington here with you tonight, Mindy. Let's take them. They got to win it outright pretty much. They're only getting 2 or 2.5 points here, but they are 15-12 against the spread on the road, 7-3 against the spread. Their last 10. We know Brooklyn's not any great spread team, certainly. So
yeah, we've had what, 2 fights in 2 days, it seems. Crazy.
Yeah, you can't be. Yeah, that one. Those guys are going to be. I don't know what'll come down today or Monday. I mean, you got to do it today. But Adam likes the Wizards here with us, so we'll take them. We're going to be on the Wizards here against the Nets today. Wish we were getting more. Maybe we're on the sharp side. Maybe that's why. Maybe the Wizards are in position to win this game. They are the hot team. Yes, they lost that game, but they were on a winning streak before that. And the Nets obviously coming off that loss, that decisive loss at Boston. So maybe that's where it all fell apart.
Right.
All right, next up we have the Suns going on the road here to take on the Pistons. The Pistons, I had them yesterday as a premium. How about that? The Pistons against the Hornets, or it wasn't a premium. I'm sorry, Mindy. I did not have a premium on that. Why didn't I? I like the Pistons. They're underdogs here. Phoenix -4. That's what it was. I had the Phoenix Suns at Boston as a premium on the road, and they really did a number on Boston. Good job, Phoenix. They're favored in this one by 4.5. 227.5.
Well, I was thinking about taking the Pistons and the points here today at home. They are 4-1 against the spread the last 5 here, playing on no days rest. They're putting up more points than the Suns right now, 116 to 112. So yeah, I'm going to take Pistons at home today.
Right, seems kind of difficult, the way that the Pistons, season isn't obviously too great here, but you got the Suns. Ron does like the Suns over his Pistons, but I'm going to be with Mindy here, and I'm going to come back on the Pistons today in this one. They're both teams are on a back-to-back, but the Pistons have the luxury of being at home. They had the win over Charlotte yesterday, getting it done, and I just with Phoenix, I think this was Ron saying Phoenix and the over. So we're going to be, it looks like, on our own here, probably, Mindy, in this one. But I really do like the Pistons in this role, particularly, especially getting some points here. Evan's always on that jersey angle that you like, Mindy.
That's right. Take the green team.
Adam likes the over in this one. Yeah, kind of. I agree with I agree with that. I think here between these two teams, but for me, I think it's going to be Detroit. It's tough to find spots to get on this Detroit team. Can't lose every game. I'm going to take Detroit. They're definitely not a great spread team. They're not a great team, period. But they also don't cover very well. And Phoenix has been getting some numbers, but in both teams on the back-to-back. Phoenix has to travel in. I will take Detroit in this one, plus the points. Ron says after seeing what happened last night, he's going to have to ride with Phoenix. So we're by ourselves in this one, Mindy. We're on the Pistons against the Suns.
Won't be the first or last time that we're
pretty much going against the chat full bore in this one. That's not good community by us, but that's our consensus, and we got to stick with it. So we will. We're going to stick with the theme of the show. Mindy and I agree it's a premium consensus.
Right.
Even if the chat, we want everybody on board, but we got to respect the chat too. We'll come in here tomorrow and tell the chat how good their play was on the Suns. I mean, I get it. I mean, it's hard to put real money on the Pistons. I get it. All right. Clippers and the Knicks. The Clippers favored here by 3.5. This total is down to 219 here. Clippers favored on the road.
Yeah, over the last 3 games, both teams here 1 and 2. Knicks are still scoring 10 more points here. If I take a look at them on a rolling average over this Clippers team, they are 3-1 against the spread versus the Clippers too. So me and Ron, we're going opposite again. I'm going to take the Knicks at home, plus 3.5 today.
All right, Mindy's on the Knicks tonight, plus the points against the Clippers. I'm going to probably go with the total in this one. Want to say hello to Renee Bankson here today. Good to have Renee here with us.
For sure.
Sure.
I know. I need to, we need to start to, normalizing women in sports betting. So I'm super happy. Oh, I don't know if Renee is man or female. I can't tell. I was thinking female, but Renee, I suppose, can be a man's name also. So I apologize if I got that wrong.
Well, I feel bad saying super under here. Let's see. Adam says Clippers money line. TJ on the Clippers here as well. Ron Hahn, Clippers money line. Lots of support for the Clippers today, Mindy.
I see that.
Going against you here. Evan says the Knicks have to get this one. Twan likes the Knicks here. Corday, Knicks first half, Knicks full game. So looks like the chat's kind of split on this one. I'm going to end up with the over in this game with the Clippers and the Knicks. That's the way I'm going to go. You got a Knicks team that's 15-12 to the over at home. Clippers 18-12 to the over on the road. I'll take the over in this one. We saw Ron talking about the Brunson injury status. We saw him leave the game. He is questionable in this one with an illness. So definitely got to watch the status of Jalen Brunson here in this one. But I'm going to go over tonight. Mindy's on the Knicks. Juan says Clippers not in good form currently. All right, Rockets and the Thunder. We're treating the Thunder like world champions here. The Thunder's favored by 9.5 points over the lowly Rockets, and the total's 232. I mean, we know the Thunder. It's been a great season. They've made us a bunch of money, and now they're favored by nearly double digits over a team.
Jeez, and I just kind of feel like it's too much. You know how it goes, Ramon. I like this Thunder team, but I'm taking the Rockets today and the points. They're 5-1 against the spread versus the Thunder here. Also 2-1 in their last 3. They're still outscoring the Thunder right now. I'm going to take them plus the points. Those Rockets plus 9.5.
Right. I mean, I love the Thunder, but we talk about it all the time. We love them as underdogs. The Thunder as a favorite. They are 16-10 at home against the spread, but note this, they're just 6-8 against the spread as a favorite. Now Houston is, a dreadful road team against the spread, 8-17 against the spread. So that doesn't really bode well here. So Blake says, give me the Rockets and the points in this one. TJ says never bet the Thunder as a favorite. Ron says too many points. And Ron said, didn't they just play 3 days ago and Houston won 112 to 106 as a 6-point underdog? Houston came in and got the money. That was at Houston, by the way, but still. All right. For me, I'm going to end up with the over in this game between these two teams. I have trouble with laying 9 points with the Thunder. I certainly kind of want to take the Rockets. I think the Sharps will be on the Rockets here, and maybe I can get on the Rockets. Maybe I choose a side by game time. I don't know. Yeah, Corday, they might get their revenge, but are they a team that can beat someone by double digits?
That's what it has to be, right? Yeah.
Well, I'll go over in this one, especially with OKC. They are 17-9 to the over at home this season. That's where I'm going to go. Evan says Rockets in good form. So that's a good sign, right? Because the Rockets, we know, have been, one of the worst teams in the league, no doubt about it. Jalen Green still questionable in this one. Lou Dort out for the Thunder. I'm going to take the over in this one. Mindy will be on the Rockets plus the points
try
in this one. All right. Well, two good teams from the East. You got the Heat on the road here, 5.5-point dog at the Bucks. The total's up to 223.
223. Didn't that start at about 220? That's how I was looking. I was looking to the over in this one, Ramon. It's 5-1. The Bucks last 6 home games here, especially versus teams with losing records. Bucks won 6 in a row now, putting up almost 130 a game in those 6. I'm going to take the over.
All right. Mindy wants the over in the game with the Bucks and the Heat. You mentioned it, Mindy, when you look at these two teams, but I don't know. They tend to go under, especially Miami of late, 10-17 to the under on the road. The Bucks, when they're at home, they go totally over. So, well, maybe that's where I'm having some issues getting involved with the total here. That's kind of the way I feel about it. So maybe I just will end up sticking to the side. I'm having some trouble bringing up the comments here all of a sudden. Okay, here we go. I'm sorry.
All right. Here's good ones, so.
Okay. Daniel Trushell, I see. Okay. Yeah. Giannis, probable. Here, boy, there's a lot of comments on this game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ron's on the Bucks -5.5. Adam's going to be on the over here with you. Let's see here. Ron, give me the Bucks. TJ, if Giannis is in, he wants the Bucks. Hey, and here's Lauren here today. We've spoken before, but how are the Bucks only favored by 5? And yeah, I mean, Miami has definitely been, given some back of late, I think. Let's see here. And Evan, he said, can we confirm that Giannis is playing because of some recent injury, theatrics, if you will, but he is listed as probable. So I think that's going to be pretty solid that he's listed in there as probable. Miami's depth is challenged today, certainly, in this game with injuries. So Twan says he wants Giannis to go over 30 points. Hello to Carl here today as well. Daniel says Milwaukee goes under a lot, but like I said, at home they do tend to go under, but at home they do tend to go over. 17-10 this season to the over. Eric says Bucks only favored by 5. He thinks Giannis will not be in there. I think you guys might. I don't know. I don't want you guys to disrespect Miami right now. They are starting. I think they are starting to get it going a little bit.
I thought you were going to say heat up.
Yeah, I caught myself at the last minute when so Twan just gives Giannis more points every 5 seconds.
Right.
Ron's still pointing out Lowry's still out, and Evan likes the Bucks. I like the Bucks. That's where I'm going with this one. I'm taking the Bucks today. Bucks were going to be a premium play for me, even though I'm still here talking about, don't disrespect Miami right now. I'm on the Bucks in this one for sure. Mostly in the role, I would think. With Milwaukee 17-10. Mentioned they're over under 17-10 at home. They're also 17-10 against the spread at home, and not many better as a favorite than the Bucks, 24-16 against the spread. It's tough to cover numbers. Milwaukee does it with the best of them this year. I'll take Milwaukee. Mindy's on the over.
All right. Here we go. Get some wins.
People interested in that game.
Right.
All right. Lakers and Pelicans. I'm sure there's plenty of interest in this one as well. This one is a time change, so sorry about the order there. This one you might find it's going to be at 6:10 Eastern, 5:10 Central, 3:10 Pacific. So starts the same time as the Washington-Brooklyn game to start the card tonight.
Geez, the Pelicans just aren't they're just not doing anything. Give me the Lakers here. -1.5. I don't think there's much to say. Lakers 4-0 in their last 4 games and 6-1 against the spread in the last Saturday games, Ramon. I'm taking them.
Yeah, maybe it's starting to catch up a little bit with the Zion absence right now with New Orleans on this massive losing streak at this point. What can you say? It's tough to back them. It's not a great situation at all. The Sharps are going to be all over the Pelicans in this one.
Right.
Believe me. But
believe this.
Right now, New Orleans just cannot win. And it's been too bad because they've had such a positive season and still a good season so far. But right now, it's just too bad that they basically wiped out that, 9 games over 500 or whatever they were because they really deserve better. So Ron says he's on the Lakers here. Adam says he's going to try to come back with the Pelicans finally. But Ron says on top of his Lakers pick, can't trust them right now. So TJ on the Lake Show today. Numbers Gang is here. TJ wants a consensus, but I'm not. I can't take the Lakers right now. This could be a spot. I'm just not sure. Twan says they do suck without Zion. So Daniel says the books have turned the props off with LeBron. So will we see anything with LeBron today in this one? The injury report, of course, has him on there as questionable. So we shall see. That does make things a little bit tougher. And Ron says, with LeBron coming up, there's also a fact, about LeBron wanting to set the record for most points scored in a career at home. And he may have to pace himself a little bit by taking one more game off before he gets home and sets the record for the most points scored all time in NBA history. Don't want to have to have Kareem to travel too far.
Right.
So Evan says Lakers having to work hard for these. Ron says he'll play. He's always on the injury list. Yeah, we'll see. But I will go over in this one, Mindy, with this big total of 237. Wow, big total here. I'll take the over. Lakers 16-12 to the over on the road. Pelicans are 18-8 to the over as an underdog. I'll take the over in Lakers and Pelicans today. Next up, the Trailblazers and the Bulls. The Bulls are favored by 4.5, and the total 234.
Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and feed the Bulls today. I'm going to take the Trailblazers and the plus points. They are putting up 125 a game, 3-0 over their last three. Bulls have been playing, I think decent here, but still scoring a lot less. Trailblazers 6-1 against the spread here versus the Bulls. Also, give me the Blazers tonight.
All right, I'll take the Blazers here with you, Mindy. It's a close
Cool.
call for me, but I will take the Blazers. Ron's on them, so I'll take him too. Adam says he's going to be on the under in this one. I mean, that's the way I was thinking about looking in this game, but it seems like the Sharps want the over so hard here. I'm starting to trust them. Ron says Dame time tonight, number 2 in three-point shooting. But don't forget, Anthony Simons, he's number 5 in the league in three-point shooting. So they've got quite a good combo going on right now. Portland here getting points on the road. That's good enough for me. Let's take Portland plus 4.5 tonight against Chicago. Yeah, sure. That's what I want in this one. Portland's good shooting. They're definitely playing well on a 3-game winning streak right now, and a pretty decent underdog, 15-12 against the spread as a dog, and Chicago 9-12 against the spread as a favorite.
Consensus play number 3.
Okay. All right, next up, Mavericks and Warriors, and here are the Mavericks getting 10 points from the Warriors. Totals up to 227.
Well, I mean, I don't know if Golden State is still going to crush them or not. I'm going to take the Mavs here. It's one of those that, I know that the Warriors play better at home, but I think the Mavericks here, they play good enough defense, I think, to keep this one within 10, no matter their personnel issues here. Warriors 1-2 in the last 3 games, and on defense they're giving up 124. I'm gonna still take the Mavs here plus 10.
Yeah, Luka will be out of this game tonight with the sore heel, so that's a major factor. Curry's on the injured list, but he is probable for the game with a slight leg injury, so obviously they'll have to make up for Luka being out in this one. You got to wonder how it affects Dallas. This total is already shot way down to 226 from a high of 232. When you have an elite player like this out, will that affect Dallas's pace? Will that affect Golden State's pace? I mean, you look at the two teams on, the Warriors are just a total over team. There's no doubt about it. I mean, they're 20-12 to the over as a favorite. Now we're getting them down to 226. Is Dallas really going to be that limited in their scoring tonight that they would end up here? I mean, if you look at it, what is it going to be 118 to 108 or so, and Mindy says she prefers them to stay in line there, 118 to 110, 112 or so. Will it go over? Can they get to 110 points? Let's see what's going on with the comments here in this game. So
yeah, I mean, I almost think any value in the under went away quick.
No Luka, no win, says Ron G. Blake says he's still willing to trust the Mavs here. No Luka, no bet. Mavs and under for Adam. Evan says, wish we could trust the Warriors. He thinks the Warriors spread will go up here or should be higher, maybe he's indicating. So we already know that Luke is probably out, so I don't think we're going to have much adjustment to this line. So Ron leans to the Mavs here. Daniel says he's got the under. Evan says maybe it is too high. TJ wants to lay the points here with the Warriors. Evan says Mavericks are nothing with Luka. They are. I mean, this guy does it all, and he has no support around him, TJ says, take Golden State at home court. A points out 1-6 ATS. A lot. Some of those games were early on before we knew that there were some issues there. Twan says taking Warriors plus. I think he means -10, unless he's going to take Warriors +10 at -20,000 or something. We know what he meant, Ron. We know. So. All right. It doesn't look like you guys are kind of, bummer that, bummer with no Luka in there tonight. Again, it's totally baked into the line. So, can Dallas do it? I don't know. It seems like I don't trust them to do it. We're gonna have a challenge here, Mindy. I'm going Warriors -10. You're going Dallas +10. We've got a challenge.
One. Challenge, Ramon, challenge.
Daniel goes Claves points over. Troy Boy is here today. Is that you, Troy Boy? He's on Golden State minus the points. All right, last one, Mindy. Hawks and Nuggets. The Nuggets are favored by 6 now, and the total 234. It was 7 and 235.5. So it looks like the move's on the Hawks and the under.
Yeah, I mean, I think this one's a tough one on the side here for me. Both teams 2-1 the last 3. Hawks putting up a 124, Nuggets 125. So I'm going to take a look at the total. I'm going to go over the 130 or 234. It's hitting 3 of the Nuggets' last 4 since the start of the 2020 season. I'll take the over here, Ramon.
All right. Adam says he wants Denver and under. Mindy went over in this one. Ron says Nuggets for me because of Jokic injury. Take a look at that injury report. Get the latest information. We know that Jokic certainly in this game right now is going to be does have an injury designation. Let me check it out. Questionable with that hamstring injury. Aaron Gordon also on the injured list with an ankle injury. Colin Gillespie also out of this one for Denver. So Atlanta just seems like they've been on this road trip here for a while now. So Mindy's on the over here. Gosh, that was the way I was kind of looking, but man, it's tough without Jokic. We just don't know. We just don't know right now. So for me, I'm going to take Atlanta on the road here. I like a little bit from what I've seen on this road trip. I'm going to take Atlanta +6. Already a pretty serious move on Atlanta in this one. The Nuggets opened a little bit higher. So sharps are on Atlanta. I'm going to be on Atlanta here. Matt says Denver and over. TJ is Denver. Twan says, does Trey play today? Not currently on the injured list. Usually, even if it is a rest day, they'll have a player listed. So, we shall see. Atlanta on the back-to-back after yesterday's impressive win against Utah on the road. All right. That's a look at pro basketball where we came up with 3 consensus plays. The Wizards, the Pistons, and the Trailblazers.
Winners, Ramon. Those are all winners.
Okay. Let's hope so. Let's get ready for college basketball now. Huge card. It's Saturday. Games were just 2 hours and 15 minutes away from tip-off. Spending all day watching a billion games. That's what I love to do on Saturday. So John Smith is here today giving out some plays already in college basketball. Says he likes Cleveland State today in their game against Oakland. Last I saw it was a pick'em. I like that play, John. I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to take Cleveland State with John Smith here today. All right, Mindy, let's get into our 6 games that we're going to preview here today on the show in college basketball. Carl might have some other plays for us, but we're going to start with our plays and go out to where basketball was born. Well, no, that'd be
It was
Springfield,
born.
Massachusetts, but where college basketball was
There
born.
we go.
Purdue and Indiana in this one. Mindy, wow, the Indiana Hoosiers are favored in this one. Can't wait to see what you see in this one, because obviously, big game for Purdue anytime you're going to face Indiana, but with all that's on the line this season, with Purdue's great season, for them to actually end up being an underdog here against Indiana. Current line is, I think that's still the right line. Indiana won 139.
I feel like I have no idea what's going on in this game, Ramon. A 1.5 point spread? Really? I don't know what to think about it. Indiana, I've been trying to get on them as of late, still not really covering, much. But I mean, a -1 like super scares me. But then Indiana only scored 55 points its last game in that loss to Maryland. Purdue, they're allowing 60 points a game here in their last 2 on defense. I don't know how this is going to go, but I think it's going to be an under game no matter who wins this one. The under is 7-3. The Boilermakers last 10 following an against the spread win. Under 9-3 and the Hoosiers last 12. So I'm going to take the under. But yeah, like this line blew my mind when I saw it.
Well, so far I'm showing 3-1. I'm showing 4-1 Purdue. Here's 5-1 in favor of Purdue. Here's Adam makes it 5-2. So TJ says under, or he doesn't know he's passed. Ron's shocked at the spread.
Yeah, like I don't get it. So it's one of those, like, if I don't get it, I'll probably just stay away from it.
Well, is every average bettor going to come in here and take Purdue? And if so,
yeah, I mean, just how they rank, right?
Here's Evan on Purdue. A lot of people wanting to back Purdue. Purdue's been an underdog 3 times this year. They've covered the spread every time, obviously, with their 1 loss. Ron says maybe Purdue should be the 1 point favorite. That wouldn't be that. I mean, it is a big difference once the favorites switch. Hi, Tyler McCoy. Nice to have you here today. Joe says, watch out, Purdue on the road. Well, that's not right. I mean, they're not covering spread. Well, they're 7-0 on the road, so I don't know what And
they have to play on the road.
Well, they're 6-3 against the spread. So here's the thing: 6-3 against true road games. I'm just saying true road games. I think they have a couple neutrals where was there one loss was it home? I'm trying to remember, but. All right, maybe we're in conference play now, though. So I don't know. Can you play bad and still win all the games?
Sure. Bad for your team, right? You can play bad.
You said under, right, Mindy?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I can only go under in this one. If you guys are having, all that, yeah, that's right, Tyler. Said Purdue lost that one at home, so just gonna check it out. The Rutgers game, of course. Yeah, that was a while ago. That was back on January 2nd. So I will go under in this one, Mindy. You have Purdue 9-14 to the under this season. Maybe Indiana does trend over a little bit at 139. I'm going to go under with you here. So Tyler says he likes the under. He follows the Boilers pretty closely. So that's got to make us feel good. But here comes John here. Oh, Troy, it was good to have you. All right. Got to be more creative on the names. I mean, the names themselves are just a giveaway. All right. All right, Mindy, let's go to the next one now between Texas and Kansas State. All right, this is another good one. I don't know what to make of it necessarily here, but we have Texas favored against K State. Wow. Um, right now it is 1.5 and 149.5.
Well, the road team in this series is 5-1 against the spread the last 6 here between Texas and K-State. Even though I think K-State's a little bit different team, I would say this year. Texas still 2-1 over their last 3, putting up 78. K-State 72. I think I'm going to go ahead and try Texas here today on the road. I just think they've been playing a little bit better. K-State's kind of dropped off a little bit here for me just in the last couple of games. I'll go Texas.
Joe Jiggy on Kansas State. Adam says Kansas State and the over. That's where I'm headed, to the over big time in this one. Maybe it was even going to be some premium action, but there's plenty of games out there. I can give out some great plays here, hopefully, in this one. Butterscotch says he likes Kansas State in this one. Going against you, Mindy, but for me, you have Kansas State 7-0 to the over as an underdog this season. So they're getting the points here right now. That's what we show, 1.5. So let's go over with Texas and Kansas State. Texas has gone under in just 3 of their last 10 games as well. I'm going to take the over in this one. Texas and K-State. A pretty big number. I like it to go over that big 149.5.
I'll take over for with you, Ramon. We'll just line it up as a consensus play.
You're on Texas, and I'm on the over.
I like it.
All right. Missouri here in Mississippi State. We head out to the SEC, and Mississippi State favored in this one. This one goes off at 6 Eastern, 5 Central, and 3 Pacific time. It's Mississippi State minus 3.5, and the total 139.
Well, I kind of like Missouri here. It seems like I like some of these road teams. They're 3-0 in the last 3, putting up 84. Mississippi State not playing bad, 2-1, putting up 70 points a game. It's just one of those that Missouri, if you take a look at their, stat lines, where they get in field goal percentage, they outshoot them by 7% from 2, 7% from 3. Better on the free throw line. Tigers 6-2 against the spread in the last 8 road games here as well. Taking Missouri today.
Twan's with you here. He wants Missouri in this one. Mindy takes Missouri plus those 3.5 points. So, Missouri's done a great job this season covering numbers compared to Mississippi State anyway. Missouri's 13-9 to the spread this season. So, Mississippi State's under 500 against the number. So not a lot of interest, it looks like, from the chat. Scotch, though, is also on Missouri. So they're agreeing with you, Mindy, here. I think the trends kind of agree to Missouri. I'm showing some sharp action maybe on Mississippi State. Has me kind of concerned. So I'm going to pivot. I'm going to go under in this game. We have Mississippi State, Mindy, pretty obvious for me here. They're 1-15 to the under as a favorite this season. Mississippi State, the 3.5 point favorite today, 1-15 to the under this season as a favorite. Missouri, meanwhile, 3-6 to the under as an underdog. Give me under 139. Missouri and Mississippi State. All right, Mindy. 10 miles, 2 shades of blue. That's the intro.
Oh, the end. Well, I think I'm going to go under, Ramon, in this North Carolina Duke game with all that suspense, the buildup that you gave me. North Carolina only scored 64 in the last one versus Pittsburgh. Duke is ranked 156th in scoring in the nation at 72.9 points a game. Under 6-0 in the Tar Heels last 6, under 4-0 in the Blue Devils last 4 Saturday games. The pick is the under 144.
The pick is the under for Mindy and Ramon. Consensus play here in this one. So, C Spill's here today. Good to see you, C Spill. All right. Yeah, Mindy, it's under for me in this one. Basically, it's North Carolina. It's Duke. The total's 144. I'd like this game to be much lower scoring than this right now. You mentioned Duke. It's not old Duke, right? They're not anywhere special.
I don't know if I like this new Duke so much. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, just not the same in Krzyzewskiville.
Right.
Evans says once a great rival. It's still a great rivalry. Come on now. It's not. Butterscotch says he's on the under. TJ looks like
both teams are always going to hate each other. Always will be a good rivalry.
I can think of some of the great games that they played and where I was. When the games were so big, I actually remember like where I was when they played. Some of their matchups anyway. Not all, it's too many, but some of I can remember one when they were 1 and 2 about 25 years ago, and everyone was like so fired up for the game. So Courtney says these teams aren't even ranked. See, Spill remembers when with me. John likes the over, though, in this one. Adam's on the under. Mindy and I are on the under. North Carolina and Duke, 10 miles, the 2 shades of blue separate these two schools. We're on the under in this one. Mindy, Duke's 9-13 to the under this season, 8-13 to the under as a favorite. They'll be back, Evan. They'll be, look, I'm not discounting North Carolina. I just feel like they still got the core nucleus of that team from last year, and they'll be able to turn it on. I really do. I mean, why wouldn't they with, to me, 3 top-notch players still. All right. Probably more than that, but. Okay. Florida and Kentucky.
I guess we'll have to go back and, replay this episode, like Scotch says, like 40 years from now. We'll see if there's still a great, rivalry between.
Right. Well, we'll be talking Grand Canyon with their 4 straight national championships against Utah Tech. Okay.
Funny.
Florida here in Kentucky. Kentucky -5. The total is down to 134.5. Big move.
Let's take Florida and the points here today. 3-1 in their last 4, only allowing 59 points a game. I mean, they're playing really, really nice defense. For a Kentucky team, I find them to be quite up and down. Florida 6-1 against the spread the last 7 here. 5-1 their last 6 games versus a team with a winning record as well. I like the Florida Gators and the points today.
All right, Mindy's going to be on the Gators against Kentucky. I'm not... the trends would certainly favor Florida, but it looks like the move to me is on UK. So looks like John says he's got Kentucky to look it up. So I don't know. I'm probably not going to be with you on Florida here. I'll look to the total. I'll look for the total to go over with Kentucky at home. Yes, Florida's been a total under team on the road. They're 1-7 to the under on the road. But UK 9-5 to the over at home, 12-6 to the over as a favorite. Numbers gone down to 134.5. I was already liking the over, so the fact that I've got an extra 1.5 to 2 points has me on the over in this one with Florida and Kentucky tonight. You guys have plays as well. And just having a little bit of technical. TJ says he'll go with Mindy here. Evan says he'll take Kentucky. So it looks like we're too hot on this one. Scotch says Kentucky rebounding advantage here. TJ says he'll go over with me in this one. And we'll look at Gonzaga and St. Mary's out west, Mindy. A little bit different contrast here. St. Mary's is favored in this one. They've been, involved in some close spreads. It's down to 2.5, so it looks like the action's actually on the Zags. Are they playing any better? I don't think they're playing any better. They're not playing any worse, but it's not the same Gonzaga team, and maybe it's still kind of the same St. Mary's.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like, today I'm on every single road game here on the 6 that we've picked. I'm going to take this Gonzaga team, getting points. They're still ranked first in the nation in scoring. They put up 86 points a game compared to St. Mary's, who's ranked 186, 71 points a game. Gonzaga, I know they're not playing well, but geez, they're, still out shooting St. Mary's in every single category. I like Gonzaga here and the points. They shoot 52% from the floor compared to St. Mary's at 46.
Yeah. Here's the thing, right? So Gonzaga leads the country in scoring still, right? Despite all these, it's not Gonzaga. Look, they're not, cranking out. They're still 19-4, but I mean, they do play. St. Mary's is 20-4. So, but you talk about Gonzaga for all these, high-scoring games. They're 11-11 to the over/under this season, split right down the middle. So you'd think they'd maybe shade to the over, but again, they had so many high totals. Look at some of those games they had: 150, 160. Here we're back at 137.5 because we're playing St. Mary's. I like the over in this one. Finally, I mean, St. Mary's at home. They'll be in a good situation in this one. I think, they'll be able to hit their outside shot winning wager here today. Good to see you. A little bit behind us, but thanks for being here. Butterscotch says the Zags. John Smith on the Zags. Corday says St. Mary's. Butterscotch says, St. Mary's, they're known for the defense. John says they will drag this one out. Adams with me on the over here. Good to see C. James here today. All right, that's a look at college basketball. Mindy's on Gonzaga. I'm on the over. I did see 2 extra games out there. Trying to remember, the first one was from Carl.
Yeah, UConn and Georgetown.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Let me bring it up here. And, of course, that is the first game on the card. I won't have to look long. And Connecticut. Big favorite, of course, on the road here against Georgetown. Right now I'm showing Connecticut 13.5 point favorite, and the total is 147.5 against the Hoyas today. Here we go.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I just don't really, like this game. I come in basically right at that total, so I don't really have any real big, lean or not. But I have, UConn that is just by far the much better team. But when I go ahead and take a look at some of the scoring, models with this, I can really only safely say that Connecticut is going to win by 8. So I'm going to go ahead and take Georgetown today, getting the 13 points, perhaps against my better judgment, just because I know how good of a team UConn is. But if I was going to take a lean today, I'm going to take this Georgetown team at home plus 13.5.
All right, Mindy will be on the Georgetown Hoyas, plus 13.5 at home against Connecticut. Yeah, I mean, Connecticut, maybe they had a stumble. Maybe they're back a little bit now. They're but 13.5 points against a Georgetown team that can, I don't know, lay an egg at any moment. They've had some bad moments, certainly. So let's see if we got some pound the over in this one, says John Smith. John gave us a parlay as well. Bevan says, don't bet against Patrick Ewing. I would say bet against Patrick Ewing. Not everybody. The Georgetown's 10-13 against the spread. They're also 5-10 against the spread at home. So, C. James says much better games out there. He does it.
Right. That's kind of how I feel about this one, right?
So he says he does agree with the over here. I mean, it should be a massive over, you would think, but man. All right, Mindy. This one's tough. This one's really, really tough for me. I'm going to take a pass.
Ramon, I wanted to pass. That's not fair. Funny.
Well, I mean, maybe if the chat could come up with something for me,
Right, we could work through that a little bit better.
James says agree with the over. Boy, all right. Butterscotch says UConn here. So I don't know. That's the way I kind of feel as well. Gosh, I'm not going to challenge Minnie and lay 13.5 points on the road.
Right.
All right. What was our other game?
We got the Green Bay versus IUPUI.
They're just trolling us now, right?
I don't know, Ramon. I don't know.
Well, IUPUI, one of the worst teams in the country. We know that. So Green Bay, though, or IUPUI is actually favored in this game. So forgive me. IUPUI is minus 3.5, 132.5.
Yes, I will be taking the IUPUI team here in this one with -4. That's because Green Bay has only put up 44 points on average away. Like, that's just pretty bad. And on defense, Green Bay gives up 72. So, yeah, I mean, I think there's a big discrepancy here in, how this Green Bay team is playing on offense here as of late. So, yeah, I'm taking them. IUPUI.
All right, and I'm on IUPUI as well. I mean, come on. Well, why aren't we? I mean, come on. IUPUI, they're 3-21. Okay, Green Bay is 2-21. These two teams are combined 5-42 straight up. So I don't know if you guys are just toying with us here, but we'll do it. And but here's the thing: IUPUI is 3-21 straight up. They've covered 8 out of their last 10 games. All right, they're 13-9 against the spread. This is the first time they've ever been favored all season long. Their Green Bay is 5-17 against the spread as an underdog. So it looks like everybody wants to chime in on this one. Everyone loves this game. I'm sure that wasn't who asking us about this game. So John Smith, he likes IUPUI. And C. James says IUI kept up with Milwaukee. They look solid. If Green Bay is a dumpster fire, IUPUI is a trash can fire at least.
Right, yeah.
So we did, Ziggy. Good to see you today. NBA led off the show. C. Spill, IUPUI, Adam, IUPUI. Got to take him here as a favorite. see James first half. So, all right, premium consensus in the game featuring teams that are a combined 5 wins, 42 losses this season. And this one, as Tony would say, is on ESPN Plus. And ESPN Minus. All right. Were there other requests? I see some other mentions of, but okay, Kansas. What was that? Kansas and Iowa State says winning wager. I think you'd like to look at.
Oh, what time are these games? So I don't have to.
This is an early, it's just a 5th game on the board here. 6:09, 6:10.
Got it.
Kansas on the road -1.5. The total 134.5 at Iowa State. This is a Mindy special.
Right. Exactly. I mean, it's one of those that all the folks on my block here are big Cyclone basketball fans. So it's one of those that, they're over at their house doing their parties while we're mostly checking out football at the end of the year, right? But I don't know in this one. Geez, by the numbers, I have I have Kansas winning by like 6. So I think I'm going to take Kansas here today. In this one, it just kind of comes down to Iowa State as of late has been allowing more points on defense. They average 78 allowed here at home. Kansas is putting up a little bit more offense, on the road than Iowa State at home as well. And Kansas on the road plays pretty good defense. So I think I'm going to go with Kansas -2.
All right, Mindy, you'll be on Kansas today here.
Or -1.5, that is.
On the road, yeah, -1.5 here. Good game today, no doubt about it with these two teams. I'm not going to necessarily, I'm not sure I can get on Kansas on the road in this one. I'm going to look to the total here, and I'm going to be definitely on the under in this matchup with Kansas and Iowa State. What do they got? What do we got in the chat here? Anything? Here's C Spills on Iowa State. Butterscotch says he says Iowa State, pointing out that Iowa State is undefeated at home straight up. Butterscotch said.
Sure.
Winning wager here says, I think he's saying Iowa State. Yeah, I'm on the total. I'm on the total for sure in this one. Going under. These teams don't really have many trends that point one way or the other. Yeah, Kansas does shade to the over. I'd say Iowa State shades to the under. But these teams already met once this season already, back January 14th. It was 62-60. KU won the game at home as a 7.5-point favorite. They won by just 2 points. I've got the under in this one with Kansas and Iowa State. All right. Winning wager with stat in this game. All right. Was there one other one?
Oh, well, there's currently like 3 on the block here. Virginia Tech.
All right. Another early start. Everyone wants to get off to a hot start, I think, is what I'm feeling here with all the requests from the early games. They get ready with an early game, then maybe get on with their day, or just want to get to winning. So Virginia and Virginia Tech, I'm showing Virginia Tech here, a 1-point favorite, and the total, sorry, Mindy.
Okay.
There we go. Virginia and Virginia Tech here. Virginia Tech is favored in this one by 1, the total 129, maybe going up a little bit. Go ahead.
Yeah. I like Virginia in this one. I like them with kind of an outright win. Mostly they have the better defensive efficiency by far. And that's where I'm going to look. They've only allowed 62 points on defense in their last 3 on average, though. Still, if you take a look at them over the season, only allowing 60. And this Virginia Tech team, I know that they've been scoring a little bit, some more points. But I think the defense is going to be able to hold them in check here today. I'll take Virginia.
Okay. Mindy's going to be on the Cavs here. Plus 1 point today against Virginia Tech. I don't know. I kind of maybe leaning the other way in this one. I mean, Virginia's always going to have that good brand of defense. Certainly, that's where they hang their hat a little bit here. So, for me, man, that number 129, when I see it a little bit higher, that makes me tend to want to go over in the game. It's when I see a lower number that Lana Tasner. Thank you. My day's been going fine. Would you like to talk about? Okay. Let's see here. Butterscotch says Virginia all day. Blake says take Virginia in this one. So you guys are on Virginia, so I'm not going to go against you here. I will be going over in this game with Virginia and Virginia Tech. I know that kind of goes in the face of what you were talking about with that great Virginia defense and the way they play it, but these two teams tend to go slightly over. Yeah, Virginia Tech's gone over in 7 of their last 10 games as we've gotten into conference play here. So I'll look for this one to go over. They played to 146 points in the first meeting at Virginia, 78-68 Wahoos win as a 5.5-point favorite. So Butterscotch says he can't believe Virginia Tech is favored in this one. So Virginia Tech won here last year by 9 points as a 4.5-point favorite. So, all right. Mindy is on Virginia, and I'm on the over.
Yeah, so I was born in Omaha, Nebraska, and then have moved to Council Bluffs, Iowa, which is right across the river. So basically, I'm, probably about 5 minutes from downtown Omaha. So that's why I'm a Creighton fan and a Husker fan, and still haven't become an Iowa fan.
I just call you an Iowa fan.
It's most of my friends are Iowa fans, and so we have quite the rivalry going on. And then most of the folks here are also Packer fans, and we're Chiefs fans. So then we have a little bit of a difference there as well. So yeah, so I don't mind it. It's a nice place. It's pretty small. It's like 62,000 people in Council Bluffs, when Omaha's close to 1 million.
Well, I don't call you necessarily Iowa fan. I just
it's still the conferences that I'm most familiar with.
Right, in tune with those teams. So,
yes.
Did we have another game that we're supposed to?
Well, we had folks wanted to take a look at Clemson, and then we had a Portland Pepperdine request as well.
All right.
But I went to the Muter Museum in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, right? No, that's in Philadelphia, not Pittsburgh. Just drove through Pittsburgh.
Miami of Florida taking on Clemson today, 673, 674. I'm showing Clemson 1.5. And the total, 146.5. Miami, Florida, and Clemson.
And what time of day is that one?
This one goes off at 3 Eastern, 3 Eastern, 2 Central, and noon Pacific time.
So 2 my time? All right, I'll get there. It's a big spreadsheet, so.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm at 1 o'clock, so I'm getting there. So sorry for a little bit of delay. There seems to be lots of 1 o'clock games here today. All right, there it is. Miami, Florida, right? Versus Clemson.
Yep. That's what they're calling for.
That's what they want, huh? Well, geez, I'm on all these away teams today. I'll be taking
Oh,
Miami, Florida, +2 here. If I take a look at, geez, Miami, where they're scoring 118 out of 100 possessions, not too shabby. But you have Clemson that's playing really good defense here as of late, only allowing 64 points at home. Still like Miami's offense here to take this one over. So I'm going to go ahead and lean to Miami here, +2.
all right. Well, that's why we're doing these extra games so we can get up to, so we maybe can meet our quota and get over our total, because I want Miami in this game for sure. So Miami's 6-2 against the spread on the road this season, while Clemson is just 7-11 as a favorite against the number. So I want to take Miami in this one. Butterscotch wants Miami in this one. So I'm on Miami with you. Let's take Miami in this one against Clemson, Mindy. These two teams haven't met in quite a while. They didn't meet last season. But I'm going to take Miami here in this one. We're getting 1.5. We'll probably just have to win the game. C-Spill's
right.
on Miami here as well.
All right, cool.
So, all right.
And we had a request for Portland and Pepperdine.
Okay. Go
I'm
out.
guessing that one's later in the day.
Yep, I'll start from the bottom and work my way back up to find it. Oh, there it is. 765, 766. The game between Portland and Pepperdine. All right. In this one, Mindy, it's Portland on the road, a 1.5-point favorite here, and the total is 155.5.
Yeah, so my scoring models have this one at a literal split. Like it's basically we're looking at Pepperdine winning by 1 and the other one has a Portland winning by 2. So we'll just not take a look at the side there at all, but I do look to the under in this one, under 156. I come up with a 149, 150 game here in this one. If I take a look at offensive efficiencies, they're about identical. Defensive efficiencies, about identical. Pepperdine plays with a little bit more, tempo here at home. They score a little bit more, but Portland's the one that's been a little bit down on scoring. But yeah, Pepperdine allows just a ton of points at home. I'm going to take the under. 156 is what I have at 155 here on the board.
Okay, yeah, I mean, these you talked about. I mean, they do give up some points certainly, but that is quite an ask, especially if you're talking about a game that's supposed to be basically a pick 'em. You think both these teams are going to score close to 80 points? Mindy is saying, heck no, that's not going to happen in this game. Pepperdine, they do play some massive scores, but note that Portland is just 3-8 to the under on the road. So, they definitely, I would say, are shading to the under here when they're on the road. I mean, that's a big number, Mindy. Yeah, boy. Man, this one's tough also. Are there anything in the comments?
Right.
John Smith says F Pepperdine. He must be from
the Malibu region, I guess.
Well, no, he doesn't like Pepperdine here. So, all right. Let's see. Pepperdine's definitely taking the action here from the Sharps. I thought Portland was the team to maybe look at in this game, but because Pepperdine is so bad, they've covered just 1 out of their last 10 games, or 1 in 10 against the spread as an underdog. They've not won a game as an underdog, period. So it's tough to kind of back Pepperdine here, but the Sharps are doing it. What's wrong with Pepperdine? Yeah, Joe says when it's that high, go over. Both teams will score 80 points here in this one. So I'm going to take I'm going to take Portland in this one. I mean, Pepperdine obviously have trouble even winning games, much less covering games. So I'll take Portland. Pepperdine's definitely getting the action here in this one from the Sharks. Usually I'd tail them in a lot of spots like this. So I'll need a little further investigation. All right, Mindy.
All right. I'll put some games here in the chat for you folks.
Okay, great. I'll go over to Tony'sPicks.com, take a look at the website. I've got MMA picks ready for today's action. We got college basketball starting in just 90 minutes. I'll be pretty heavy coming in fast and furious with college basketball today. Joe Jiggy actually says he wants to go under with you in that last game, despite his comment. So appreciate everyone joining us here on the show today. We'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, lots of new folks today. Thanks for joining and participating. It's awesome.
Here comes the NBA plays. Today it's Wizards plus 2.5, Pistons plus 4.5, and Trailblazers plus 4.5. Well, I like that. We're on 3 underdogs.
Yeah.
That works for me. That works for me. Anytime I'm on 3 dogs in the NBA, count me in. All right, over on our website, use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20% off all of our premium pick packages. Check out the All Cappers tab and get signed up. Check out the Handicapper. You'll see that over the last month, Mindy's up 2,200 units so far, and our morning steam picks here on the show up nearly 20 units.
I think we'll take that, Ramon.
Over the last 30 days. And you can get signed up with our packages right over there. You can always go back and just look at the show, watch the show for free. But if you don't have time, you still want the plays, just get signed up and know that when you're paying for those, use the promo code, of course, Tony T at checkout, but also that those go a long way towards helping us here on the show, stay on the air and all that. So there's the college basketball plays, just 4 of them, huh, Mindy? Purdue under, Duke under, IUPUI, and Miami. So
our bonus picks right there at the end.
7 plays today. All right. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody so much. We're back with you tomorrow and preview more basketball games on the morning steam. All right. Great turnout today. Excited to have all the viewers with us through the whole show. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming in and spending the morning with us. Hopefully everybody has a great day of winners over there. Right. Share your winners in the Discord. Don't forget to join us in our Discord. We'll be hanging out. I'll be hanging out in there today. Don't let me be lonely in there today like I was last Saturday. Let's post the Discord here. Maybe someone will come in and join me today. C-Spill wants us to get an OnlyFans account. That's where we'll have our premium picks. There's the Discord. Join us in the Discord. Thanks a lot, everybody. For Mindy Hahn, I'm Ramon Scott. Thank you for joining us.
Bye-bye.